What's up, guys? It's Mike, the Smokin Monkey, back at it again. Today we're finally fixing all the rust and all the body mounts, and I also picked up a body lift, so we will be throwing on a body lift today, so it should be a lot bigger. We're sitting at a 2.5-inch suspension lift right now, so shocks and springs. We will be adding a 2-inch body lift, so we should be sitting at 5.5 inches of complete lift. Should be pretty good, should sit pretty nice. So let's see exactly how big she gets. We'll fix all the rest of the body mounts, but if you guys don't remember from last time, we already started. We fixed that rust hole over here, and don't mind that it's not color matched. I will be doing a gravel guard like this all over there, and you can see the texture on this stuff is nice, so it should keep us nice and protected from any trees or anything we run into on the trail. So you can see here that body mount that we started last time, we tacked it in. We just got to finish welding it along the top and along some of the flanges along the sides. We did do that front body mount as well, and this one you can see there's a new stud, new metal all the way wrapped around, so that should be nice. Everything is fixed up. We will fix this guy up as well. I think we're going to take it off-road to test it out tomorrow, and hopefully we can bang these out and flatten out these spots as well where I sat on a rock a couple times. I think we need to do one more body mount here as well, and I think that'll be pretty much it for the day. We'll be pretty good and we'll have everything set. We will check the rest of the body mounts to see if anything else does need attention, and we'll take care of it as we go. And I'll show you guys something you don't see every day. Lincoln with a little side dump going on. Oh yeah. And I'm sure you guys remember this thing from last time, the TJ on 40s. This thing is a monster. We had to take the roof off just to get it out, but you will be seeing this on the trail real soon. And here we have our lift. My buddy actually found this lift for 20 bucks. Yeah, believe it or not, 20 bucks. And it's a lift kit for your body, so it's not like a suspension piece, it's just like a polyurethane block. So it doesn't really matter that it's used as long as there's no chunks missing or anything. These ones actually look pretty damn good. You can see we've got all the different sizes for all the different body mounts, so we should be good to go. And we got a little treat for you guys. You guys are going to see the first start on the new turbo on this thing. So remember last time I showed you guys it has the turbo. This is the turbo that came off of it. It is a big boy, and this is the 2.5 in here. So the reason we're switching it out, or they're switching it out, is it took forever to spool this guy up. So they got a turbo out of a TDI. Just gonna slap it in. You see the snail right here. And in 2 minutes, I'll show you guys the first start with the new turbo. So check this out, guys. We were just looking at this, and it's actually kind of nuts. These are 38s. So if you see, these are... So these are a 38.5. If I put my foot flat, they come up right to the bottom of my belt loop, pretty much. Just, okay, let's say to the top of that pocket. So now, let's go look at my 33s. So foot flat on the ground. That is not more than about 3, maybe 4 inches. So you can see, now let's see where these measure out to compared to a 35 right here. They're almost identical. They're like maybe a 1/2 inch difference. So these 33s, the Super Swampers, because they're so thick and they have so much lug on them and so much actual tread, they measure out to like a 34, almost a 35 when you have them new. And these are almost new. I've been using them for about 6 months, but mostly off-road, so they haven't really gotten too much wear. But you can see these 33s measure out to almost a 35. And with the soft rubber that they have, they actually do really well off-road, and I think that's why they grip so well, because 1, they're larger than they should be, 2, they're actually really soft. So they're not stickies, but they're close. They're kind of like in between a regular off-road tire and a sticky. Time for the first start on this thing. 2.5 with a GTI turbo. It's just an open turbo right now. There's no exhaust on it, so you can see the exhaust would be right there out the side. But right now it's just open just to see how it runs. I saw a flame come out of there. And now it's TJ's turn, and you can see just how small it is compared to the other TJ. I'll go over there and show you guys that thing a little bit better in a second now that it's out. But we are going to do the other body mounts, and we are going to give it a body lift. So you can see right now we have like just enough room to fit this chalk in here, like just barely. So now we're going to be able to actually get some more clearance and not rub on the body here or here when we start articulating on some rocks, because ever since I got the control arms, the axle has a lot more flex and we're definitely rubbing on the body. So we'll take care of that today. We'll make sure that we clear a little bit better, and we'll fix all the rust. And one more thing I forgot to add to you guys, we also got another skid plate, because I know I bent the crap out of mine. I've already replaced this one this summer. This is another one that we're replacing. So this is my third skid plate in 2 years. I think it's time to maybe get a bigger lift, but we're gonna need to get a slip yoke, everything in pieces, everything in steps. So for now, let's fix all the rust and let's go. And here's the blue one for you guys. Take a look at this monster. It's sitting in the ditch. You can see it's off camber, and the body doesn't even move. It stays perfectly level, which is pretty nuts. So this thing is sitting on a 6-inch lift, springs and struts, as well as a 3-inch body lift. So you can see there's 3-inch or 2-inch pucks actually. So it's a 2-inch body lift, I believe, with a 6-inch. So it's sitting at a total of 8 inches. Pretty damn big if you ask me. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask me, so it is a work in progress. It does have like a coil over strut in the front with a spring, stock control arm still, stock Dana 30, Dana 35, and yeah, so you can see just how much body lift it's got. You can see right through there. But honestly, I can't wait to see this thing off-road. For now, I think it's gonna go off-road as it is, and then it's gonna get 1 tons, obviously. But so far, it's looking like a awesome build. First step, we're just gonna take off all the body mounts. So we've got most of them out on this side. Got to take out the rest on that side. Finish that weld. Finish a weld on that side, and throw in our new spacers or body lift blocks, whatever you want to call them. And I did pick up brand new hardware. We got ourselves grade 8 hardware for all of them, so we're gonna have brand new bolts all the way around. So we got all our mounts laid out. We've got all our lift blocks laid out, and they are actually 3-inch. I kept saying 2-inch, but they are 3. So we're gonna end up with almost a 6-inch lift at the end. It's gonna be 5.5 inch. So it should be pretty tall. Hopefully, we'll make it out of the garage. I don't think we'll have an issue with that. We'll definitely make it out of the garage. But yeah, should be a nice little lift that will help us not smash into our fenders anymore. All right, guys, we're making good progress here. You can see we lifted up the back. You can see the new lift block right in there. We also got one here. We're gonna repair this mount over here, and we've got a new block in the front. This mount we also need to repair apparently. Now I know why it was sagging. It wasn't sagging because the springs were flipped. It was sagging because there's no mount there. So you can see it literally looks like there was nothing ever there. There's just the rubber piece that sits on the frame and nothing. So we got to put in a new mount, and we'll fix up the little bit of rust here. probably end up doing what we did on the other side or something similar, and she'll be good to go. And now we're stranded at the side of the road. I know, you guys are thinking probably, what the hell, how did we end up here? We were just fixing the Jeep a second ago. So yeah, yesterday we were doing the body lift and fixing the rust holes. We finished fixing most of it. We got the body lift in, we fixed pretty much all the rust holes. We did almost everything that we needed to do. The only thing that we had left was the skid plate, the shifter linkages after, or the shifter linkages for the 4-wheel drive after the body lift, and we had that couple of dents to straighten out. So I figured I'll come back today because we ended up finishing yesterday at 3 a.m. I got home at 5 a.m. and yeah, so I figured let's finish it today. So I'm driving back, and it was a long day. I had some stuff to do. They went to work, so they had to go do a couple things, and I ended up heading out of my house pretty late. Now it is 9 p.m. I'm stranded at the side of the road waiting for a flatbed because the Jeep started smoking. And we were about 20 minutes away from getting back to their place to finish up the Jeep. And I saw the Jeep started smoking, and I smelled coolant, and I thought, that's not good. I thought maybe a head gasket or something. Luckily it wasn't. I pulled over and I had a pinhole in my radiator right in the front. So I don't know if a big rock hit it or what happened or what the issue is, but it was pissing out of a little tiny pinhole. So I could end up driving it, but at the same time it lost enough fluid that it started to overheat. Well, not overheat, but I saw the heat rising. So I said, I'm not going to drive it. I called the flatbed. The flatbed's on its way. It's probably 10 minutes out right now. And I think they went to go pick up should be there 5 minutes. So yeah, 5 minutes from now the flatbed should be here, and they luckily went to go get me a radiator. So we will replace the radiator, fix up the rest of the stuff that we need to fix up tonight, and I'll update you guys as soon as we get off the side of the highway. But if I didn't remember how much I love this TJ, it just keeps reminding me every single time. And if you guys are telling me keep the TJ, drive the TJ for a long time, and you guys love your TJs, I wholeheartedly agree that a TJ is great. If you love your TJ, good for you, but my TJ hates me. So I don't know what to tell you guys. If the Jeep keeps telling me it wants to retire and it doesn't want to live life anymore, because before I bought the Jeep, I brought it back to life. It was sitting for 2 years doing nothing, sitting at the side of a building. So I guess it didn't appreciate being brought back to life. It was enjoying its retirement, and I'm being reminded of that every time I drive it. But yeah, I will update you guys as soon as I get off the side of the road. So we are now at the side of the road. I ended up getting it off the highway. What we did was the CAA guy came. We threw a screw into the hole with some electrical tape around it. That was not gonna help much, but it helped enough to drive it off the highway. We filled the rest of the rat up with water. It did spew it back out, but we are here now. As you guys can see behind me, tow truck is here, and I'm just waiting for it to hook up. As soon as it hooks up, we're gonna get over there. I already have a new rad and a new fan waiting for me. And if you guys, I don't know how, but my fan destroyed itself. There's the fan. You can see it is pretty eaten out in there. Yeah, I'm guessing its time was up. And if you guys are gonna say we should have moved the housing for the fan, we did. We moved everything. Everything was good. I guess it just decided it didn't want to live life anymore, kind of like Big Bird here. But it is what it is. Well guys, we made it. We're here. The Jeep is back in a few pieces, not in one piece this time. You can see there's the screw Buddy tried to use with the piece of tape. I didn't think it was gonna work, and it didn't, but at least it got us off the highway so that we could call a cab or something, so that after we got ourselves towed, we can get there, because these days they won't even take you in the tow truck because of COVID. But we're here, the new rad is in, and now all we gotta do is get it all filled. Now we're just gonna let it run, burp the system, and we should be good to go. But the new fan is in, sounds good, looks good. I think we're on the way to making some progress, and we're getting the rest of the mounts in, so we should be good. So we got this rust hole cut out, as you guys can see, just like the other side, and you can now actually see how there is no metal or no mount on the inside there. So we're gonna replace that, and we got this side started off. You can see starting to look straight again. We're gonna finish it off, shape it off, and then I'll recoat it with a bit more of the gravel guard later on during the week, and it should be nice and good to go. Well guys, we got it all bondoed up, everything is ready. You can see this side has, I'll grab the light for you. You can see this side is nice and smooth again. All I gotta do, excuse me, is sand it down. Jesus, I'm losing my voice. It's like 5 in the morning out here. Sorry, 5:15 in the morning out here on a Sunday, and I do work in the morning. But we've got the back done. We've got the front done, or the side I should say. All of the mounts. But I will show you guys a little bit better in the daylight. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, we're back, and the Jeep is looking bigger than ever and better than ever. We actually repaired a ton of stuff yesterday. In addition to that quick fix for the radiator and the fan, we also got done the body lift. As you can see, she is sitting 3 inches taller than yesterday. And we also got done this rust spot. So now we have both of the rust holes complete, as well as the side here. And you remember this side was all beat up from catching a rock or two. Now it is almost straight. All we have left to do is sand it down a bit. So I'm gonna sand this down, I'm gonna sand that down, and we're gonna paint probably the entire corner here. As you can see, the paint doesn't match here, but like I said, that's not a big deal. That was just temporary. We are gonna paint this entire corner here, this entire corner here, and I'm gonna recoat this area with the gravel guard. Now, the only other thing that I do wanna do is probably the hinges at the same time. And I think I'm going to wait to do these. Instead of lift blocks in the back, we used a nice 2.5 inch, or I think it is almost a 3 inch piece of tubing. And the reason we use the square tubing is this will give us the ability to move the bumper up. Once we actually connect this tubing to that tubing, weld in another piece, sort of like this, and it'll help replace this broken piece, because once we have the structural rigidity there, we'll be able to cut this out and replace this, so we'll have basically double the strength, and we'll be able to move the bumper up and cover that gap. Because right now it doesn't look too great with that big gap there, but we will get that fixed. That is going to be the next project, along with the floors. But for now, she's looking pretty good. She's looking a lot taller, so we probably have a bit more ability to go over some better terrain. I still need to watch out for the center because the frame and the skid plate is in the same spot where it was. But you can see everything is coming together. We are sitting a bit higher, so we do have that little bit of extra room on the rocks. And you can see the frame is all taken care of now. Everything looks good underneath. We have all our mounts in. So I think we should be good. I do have to clean up around the mounts a little bit and paint them again. But other than that, we're sitting pretty. We got all our mounts taken care of, no rust left, and we got our lift in. I'd call that a successful day. Well, it was 2 days and 2 very long days, but we got it done, and now we can move forward. Next step will be to paint everything up, coat everything, and get it ready so that it is sealed up. Once I coat and paint everything, I will be going off-road and testing how everything sits and how everything works. The only other thing that I will be doing after is the floors. I still need to do my floors, and I still need to do that bumper. So we will be doing that eventually, sooner than later. But for now, let's enjoy the Jeep. So thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys will catch me in the next one. But if you're new around here, jump down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys enjoyed, and let me know what you guys want to see on this Jeep, because believe me, we're just getting started. And she's looking pretty good so far. So until next time, guys, thank you guys for watching. Ride safe out there. Peace.